We are and the cook stream as we promised.
We have some special guests, guys. I don't know if you can hear me. Hold on, I can't. That's why I need my phone. Hold on.
We are starting a few minutes later. We promised because we are having so little technical difficulties, but they're ready. They're fixed. So now we're just checking on the mics and look at the setup. Look at the setup.
Hold on, we're gonna get our special guest first.
We're gonna have a special guest, as we promised, Grumpy Chef, and he's about to be here at any moment, right, Arturo?
Yeah, the chat's here. Okay, they can hear us. Hello, Calliope.
Hello, everyone.
X-Pac.
So I
Smooth. Look, here's Chico. Come on, Sina, get the apron.
So we have our guest. We have a Grumpy Chef. Chef is here.
Dose.
Hey.
Chef Dose.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, Grumpy Chef, how are you?
Well, the Uber driver was late as usual. Okay.
Yeah,
So let's go.
Chico didn't like his hat.
This is our Grumpy Chef. And I'm Wanda, do a promise today. So, come on, follow.
Good morning. Well, whatever.
We need to try your mic.
His mic is on.
Hello.
Mic is on.
Is every...
My mic has been tried. Okay, where's my wine?
Some wine. Okay.
Okay, let's go over the dishes. We had agreed on 4.
Yeah, we have 4 dishes, guys.
Okay. Sauteed shrimp, salmon with coconut and almonds, enhanced tomato soup, and a mushroom risotto. Let's check the mise en place. So this is called mise en place, which means you make sure that you have everything before you start cooking, so you won't go halfway, oh, where are the tomatoes? Oh, where are the tomatoes? So you check everything before that. You have obviously done that. That's very good. The knives. Yeah, knives are the most important tool we have in the kitchen. So don't skimp on knives ever. Just buy the best one your money can afford. Okay, good. I think we're done. Pots and pans. Yes. Not impressed with the color, but that's okay.
Thank you, Smonge.
Shall we start?
Yeah, we can start. Do you want to direct the camera?
Where's my wine?
The wine is coming.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I'm not starting before... Oh, wow. So my instruction on white wine before 2 was not received. Well, I'll just...
Okay.
I'll handle it this way. It's okay. Good. Let's start. We start sauteing the mushrooms. They always release some liquid that I don't want in my risotto. So we start with the mushrooms. At the same time, we start preparing the tomato soup, which, as you can see, has the most ingredients. It is the most complex to make. Oddly enough, people think you just heat up tomatoes, but that's not the case. This can wait. We do salmon. We soak it in coconut milk. I left this here if people want to see. I mean, you left it here. We toast the almonds. That's better. And we put some lemon. And this is a dish we prepare very quickly. Here is vodka and some cognac, which we will use to flambe, and that's to impress all the girls. Okay, let's go.
Let's start.
Okay.
Let me introduce Sienna. This is Sienna, guys. She's my cousin, and today's her birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sienna.
Happy birthday.
Sienna.
Nobody
We
told-
love Sienna.
Nobody
She's
told
our
me.
favorite niece.
I would have made a different dish if I knew it was your birthday.
But yeah.
Say happy birthday to my favorite niece.
So we have 4 dishes, which basically is an appetizer, a soup, and a main course. What we do not have is a vegetable dish. Typically, you have a protein starch, which in this case will be the risotto, and vegetables. We decided not to do the vegetables for the simple fact that nobody likes broccoli anyways. Good. Let's go.
Yes. What we have to do. And
Sienna, are you going to help?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sienna will help.
Get in the team.
Okay.
You start working on the mushrooms, please. Okay, then we will start with the tomato. So the tomatoes, I need a big pot. Here it is.
I can help. I just need to take away my gloves and I can help.
Yes, there's water in the pot. You don't want water in the pot if you use olive oil. It becomes a mess.
Chat, see your outfit.
This, what is it?
Okay.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Very good.
So chat, I'm Wanda. Oh, okay. So we are doing our goals, or set up goals.
Yeah, sub goals, man. So we come on.
Okay. So in making the soup, in making any dish that has garlic, I always start with the garlic because it has the least amount of moisture, so it can still saute nicely. If you would start, for example, with the tomatoes, which is 95% water, you reduce the temperature very much and you are basically cooking everything after instead of sauteing it. That's the reason. Where is my bench scraper? This is called a bench scraper.
No,
Fabulous tool in the kitchen. Get one. You have them square, you have them rectangle, you have them like whatever this shape is. They're very, very good. Then you take a wooden spoon. You have wooden spoons? Yes. I prefer a wooden spoon which is flat on the bottom. Don't see it here. Oh, she stole it. Okay. The reason you do that is to homogenize the temperature of the oil, or in her case, the butter. If you have pots like this, so the cast iron pots, they anyway are much better in homogenizing the temperature than an aluminum pot. Never buy aluminum. You can buy stainless steel, as long as the bottom is thick. I don't care which one you buy, just don't do anything thin aluminum because you'll get enormous temperature differences between the various regions. Yeah, this is going well. Okay. Just a little bit of garlic, because we don't want to make a garlic tomato soup, we just want to make a tomato soup. As you may have noticed, there's no onion in any of these dishes. Typically there is a competition between onion and garlic. I always prefer garlic. It hasn't helped me with the girls, but fine, I'm old enough.
This is an educational cooking stream.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's more for you, because you're obviously the guy that has no clue. Is that all?
Yes.
That's all. What happened to the rest?
I'm going to do one more. You know what is the best part? Eating this food.
Careful with this. Okay. Okay, this is Fresno pepper, which is like a jalapeno but red. It is a bit nicer. I add some to the tomato, just a little bit. You don't want it to become a spicy tomato soup, but it is nice. So that goes after the garlic. You can already hear the sound. I presume you hear the sound. Mm-hmm. That's because we're now slowly adding water. So we also need to reduce.
Thank you, Josh, for the sub.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank me also.
Thank you, Chef. Grandpa Chef.
Thank you, Josh. Seriously.
Okay, now we're going to add carrots. They add a different kind of sweetness to the soup. Also, just a little bit. It's important that you clean the carrots. So you how do you call that thing? You scrape them with one of those tools that you scrape things with. Because carrots, of course, as you know, grow underground, so there's always some earth in there. As you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but the garlic is browning nicely, and that's the objective. So we saute everything because it gives a much nicer flavor than just boiling tomatoes. Now I use a little bit of fresh tomatoes. These are so-called Campari tomatoes. In my opinion, they're the most flavorful and they're reasonably affordable. So they're about this size. You can see that compared to my hand. I don't have the hands of the president. My hands are pretty well sized. But the rest, I typically use tomatoes from a can. Okay. In this case, they bought this one, the San Marzano style, etc. You can buy any. The reason you do it in a can is they're anyway going to be boiled, and these have already been peeled. They're so easy. They're almost always very flavorful. So they are perfect for this. If I make a lot of soup, I buy a very big can. Okay, how's that going?
I think it's going good.
Yeah, careful because since the pot is very hot, the butter is going to burn very quickly. So stir, stir, stir. So you see here we are using a stainless steel for the mushrooms. What Spidey, I was going to say Tiny, what Spidey is doing,
Go ahead, Sam.
he is putting the mushrooms in portions because you don't want to overcrowd the pot. You do it in small portions so that each mushroom contacts the bottom. Mushrooms absorb liquids very, very fast, extremely porous. And if you put them all together, then you're basically just boiling the top layer. So that's why we do it like that. Okay, so how is this going? This looks well. We are now going to add the tomatoes.
Butter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I have washed my hands, at least virtually. So this is why you have an apron. We're going to raise the temperature a little bit.
Like this, you know? No, you got it.
So what you're hearing now is basically boiling. So that is what happens when you add tomatoes. The temperature goes down and you start boiling the juices of the tomato. That is why I take them in third place. You saw here I separated the tomatoes from a can, peeled tomatoes they're called, from the juice. So I'm going to add that at the end. This is just the tomato juice that I'm going to add at the end. This is zucchini, which also goes last. I want it to be a little bit crunchy. And this is for decoration. You'll see that.
How many we have?
Heavy whipping cream, avocado, tarragon, very important because it gives a wonderful flavor. And of course, the beautiful staple, basil. So we're working. How's it going with the mushrooms?
Good.
Okay.
Hello, cute mom.
Look at this.
Okay.
Here.
Nice, mom. Nice.
Going well. So this has been cooking now for about 7 minutes or so. I do the fresh tomatoes first because they do not only need to be sauteed, but they also need to boil a bit more. And once that's done, we add the canned tomatoes. After that, we're going to add the zucchini, which needs to be cut. Where's my zucchini cutter? You take a half-long knife. Yeah, perfect. Cut them in very thin slices.
Okay.
And then we are going to add the tomatoes.
That's it?
Yeah. Un poquito más.
That's it?
Okay.
A little bit.
We're going to add this. This still leaked from the tomatoes. Okay, this can be done. Okay.
This is great.
Yes. Okay.
Am I doing it wrong?
You're doing it well. You're a bit slow, but doesn't matter. You don't need to be a Japanese chef. You see these videos of people that go check, 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 check. I've done it once. That's why I have no nails left. So forget about that. Just do it precise. The thinner they are, the easier they cook. That's why we do that.
So, how are you today, Chuck?
Well, apart from the Uber driver,
How's everybody doing today? We're having so much fun with Grumpy Chef. This is a delicious food that he preparing for us at the family because we're celebrating.
Yeah, Sienna's birthday.
For the one that speaks Spanish, feliz cumpleaños para Sienna!
Let's try.
Please.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Okay. Sienna, can you start cleaning the tarragon, please?
Yes.
So the tarragon is typically sold in sprigs with leaves. What you do with tarragon, if I may, so you take a sprig, you smell, you don't smell a lot really, you take a leaf of it and you rub it between your fingers. Oh, that left, that's good. Rub it between your fingers and then the aroma comes out, flavor comes out. It's beautiful.
Yes,
But you don't want the sprigs. In this case, it doesn't matter very much. In most dishes, you don't want the sprigs because they're hard. But since we are going to blend, crush everything in a blender afterwards, it doesn't really matter. What we're going to do is once the tomato soup is all sauteed, all done, we're going to add a little bit of tarragon, not yet the basil. Everything goes in the blender. We'll crush it. It goes through a sieve. We'll take out the hard parts and we have a beautiful liquid, which is then ready, basically already to be served. And then it's a matter of finishing. This is all going very nicely. So we add zucchini. It adds just a nice flavor. Don't do a lot. If you do like half a gallon of soup, do 1 zucchini, 1.5 zucchini, not more. There's no need for that. A half a gallon is about 2 liters for those that calculate in the right way of measurement.
See you, Gabs. How should we do next? I'm gonna help you.
Okay.
Just carefully.
Okay.
As you can see, it's going well here. Why are you mixing 2 dishes? This belongs to the tomato soup. It doesn't belong to the risotto. Oh.
They're saying this is so cool.
Okay.
Look inside.
This is going to go very low. We close it. Needs just a few minutes more, then we're going to turn it off. Remember, those canned tomatoes are already boiled. They need very little time. They basically need to be heated up and then you start crushing them. I prefer whole peeled tomatoes. Why? I like the texture more after it has been prepared. You can, of course, buy crushed. You can buy diced, have them in all kinds of shapes. For me, the best is always whole peeled tomatoes. The best tomatoes are the San Marzano, but sometimes they're just too expensive. I mean, you can find nice whole tomatoes for $2 in the US, probably something the same in Europe. And if you want the real San Marzano, so the one that comes from these specific places in Italy, it's going to cost you $6. For most dishes, it's not worth it. I wouldn't do it. But today I bought San Marzano because, well, I don't know. They actually bought San Marzano. Probably they wanted to impress me. And I'm impressed, especially with the wine. This is a Brunello, which is a beautiful Italian wine. As my good friend Eric used to say, I always cook with wine. Sometimes I even put it in the food. Okay, we go to this dish. How are we doing with the soup? How's it going with the tarragon? So part of the tarragon goes already in the soup, but leave about half to go with the basil afterwards. And we cut that as late as possible. The moment you start cutting vegetables and how do you call them, spices and herbs, they start oxidizing faster. The bigger the surface area you have, the faster they will oxidize. That is also why in some cases you cut something really, really small, so it goes very fast in sauteing, and others you want to keep bigger because you want it to go slow. In this case, I don't know what is all this. I presume it's not finished yet. So we're going to throw this away because there's no use in having it anymore. It goes here, yes. But surface area is very important in cooking, both in sauteing, grilling, and in boiling of stuff. This is not really a collaborative effort, is it?
Oops.
You're watching yourself. Yeah, we can get help. If that's an issue, we can get you a mirror.
Hi, grumpy chef. You're very grumpy today. Okay, I can help as well.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Has all of this been done? Sienna?
Chat. Are you taking notes?
Am I taking notes?
No, the chat.
Okay. Has all of the mushrooms have been done? Did you taste them?
Okay, I'm gonna read the chat. Ah, you had the mic. Okay, let me see.
Am I still heard? So what if I slurp? Excellent. Okay, so I see here a bunch of bananas.
Perfect.
If you want to ever ruin a dish, add bananas.
Chat, I'm reading
So
your
no dish with bananas.
what you're
Nothing
writing.
except
Yes, take note.
banana
This is-
pie or banana yogurt or banana whatever, but no serious dish can have bananas in it. I know I'll get a lot of comments from those that love banana dishes. Well, I'm sorry, you're wrong. So olive oil, good. This has been seen, so we can take it out. Okay. It's very important to clean while you are cooking.
What are
Don't make a mess.
Chef, can you explain again, because the chat wants to know again, the one that are joining late, what are you cooking?
We are making, so again, we are making 4 dishes. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are making a tomato soup. I call it an enhanced tomato soup. It has obviously tomatoes, it has carrots, garlic, zucchini, and it will be finished with basil and tarragon, which are 2 beautiful herbs. They combine also very well together. And what we have here is heavy whipping cream. And we'll do a slice of avocado. But we do it at the end because avocado, as everybody knows, oxidizes very fast. Or as most people call it, it gets brown.
Yes, Matt.
So we put it all the way at the
You're
end.
right.
Sienna and Spidey are trying to clean the tarragon. They are doing a, well, I was going to say piss poor job, but that's apparently not polite.
Hello,
So
Lasha.
they are
this is
not
actual
really working
family.
together.
Okay.
Then we're also going to, so that's a soup. That takes the most time. We are going to make a dish with shrimp. This is sauteed shrimp in garlic, Fresno pepper. You can also use jalapeno peppers.
Okay.
Don't use a serrano pepper. That's too spicy. A Fresno is like a red jalapeno. It's very nice, but it's sometimes difficult to find. Then you can just use a jalapeno. I like the red one more because of the color. And ginger. You can see that they're sliced in different ways. One is it helps those that have difficulty with shapes. I always slice the garlic very, very thin, but keep it sliced. The jalapeno as small as possible. As I mentioned earlier, that means it sautés faster. And the ginger, I cut it in very small strips. As you can see, we did that before. Just take a knife like this or even like this.
It's gonna be delicious.
And cut it as small as you can in strips. All 3 roughly the same amount. It doesn't look like the same amount because this has more water than this, but roughly the same amount. Then we have some cognac. This was all that was left in the house, I presume. And this is vodka. You can use only vodka, but if you add cognac, it gives a bit more flavor. And then shrimp.
Yes,
with regards to the shrimp,
yes,
make sure either they are cleaned, which means head off, tail off, and deveined, which is that black line that nobody wants to eat, and absolutely correctly so. But you can also do it yourself. I prefer to do it myself. In this case, we were lazy, and it was done by the fishmonger. But don't get shrimp that are really small. They absorb a lot of liquid. And don't get the really big ones because they tend to become a bit chewy. So this is what we call medium size. They're usually also very affordable. I think these are like $10 a pound, €7, €8 per half kilo, something like that. We can add some paprika, which is, as you know, a Spanish smoky spice. I'm not sure yet if we're going to do that.
Do you have any
This
questions
is all
for the
relatively
chef?
easy, but it has to be prepared
If you do,
before you eat it. So this is not a dish you can keep.
Okay.
This needs to be done right away. We're going to flambe, which means in the French flambe means to flame. So it's going to burn. We're going to turn off the lights and make it look beautiful, etc. Where's my wine? Here. Okay.
Ask for questions.
Then for so that the soup. Let's call this an appetizer. Main course here is salmon. It's going to be salmon with toasted almonds. Here are the almonds, but they're not toasted yet. Coconut milk, a little bit of lime. Goes in aluminum foil in the oven. It's a very easy dish, and as far as I know, everybody loves it. Maybe they don't love it, but they always tell me they love it, and either that means they love the dish or they love me, but in both cases it's great.
Okay, chef.
Okay, then the 4th dish here is what is all this? is a mushroom risotto. Risotto, as you know, is a Spanish rice. It's Italian rice. It's arborio. There's another one, cagnolo.
Andy,
Very difficult
how
to
are
find.
you, Andy?
Arborio works very, very well. You can buy it in a box or in a, how do you call it, in a
Yo.
bag. It's a
Andy.
rice that is gradually cooked in my case, chicken broth. You can take vegetable broth. I would recommend against beef broth because it has a very strong flavor. And you can add anything you wish in it. I always start with garlic. So I take a bit of butter, garlic, I add olive oil, and then I start sauteing the rice. Keep stirring it while you keep adding the broth. That is, it is a difficult dish to make, not difficult as in complex, etc., but you have to continue to stir, otherwise it burns very, very fast. And the stirring is like conducting an orchestra. You think it's easy, but try to move your arm for a minute like this. Go ahead, all of you, go ahead. Move your arm for a minute like this. You'll all be dead, or at least dead tired. And then we already sauteed the mushrooms. In this case, it's porcini, how do you call it, portabella. You can use white mushrooms, you can use cantarelle, you can use any kind of mushrooms, but I like these ones. They have a nice flavor. But you do them separate because they release a lot of liquid and you don't want that to get mixed in with the liquids for your risotto. So you do them separate, you add them 3-4 minutes before the end. And of course, a risotto would not be complete without Parmesan cheese. This is a brand that I don't even want to mention. It's like, but Parmesan, any Parmesan cheese is good. And you then, how do you say rallar? How do you call this?
Rallar.
Scrape.
Scrape.
You shred it by hand. Don't buy shredded Parmesan, and certainly don't buy the one that looks like it's Parmesan or it's mozzarella or it's Jack in the Box or the Jack something.
Jack in the Box.
No, Jack cheese, whatever. Don't buy any of that. That is usually just pasteurized milk with a flavor. Get Parmesan cheese. It's worth it. You don't need a lot, but it's very important in risotto. You add it at the end. You add it at the end because it makes the whole rice very pasty-like. It makes it heavy. So if you already did your 1 minute of conducting, imagine now conducting with a 3-pound weight in your arm. So you don't want to do that. What is this?
Oops. Trash.
Yes.
We clean it up.
Trash.
Okay, chef.
Now, if you do anything on the grill, don't throw these away.
Oh.
You put them on the grill. Very nice odors and flavors come off it. But right now we don't need it. So we're going to put that away. So here we have the cut tarragon. As I said, cut it as late as you can because it starts oxidizing. This is not actually is not yet cut. It's just taken off the stem of the sprig. And here we have the basil. And as you can see, the basil is already getting dry. Nothing we can do about that. Okay, so how are we doing with the with this? Yeah, okay. This is wonderful. Okay.
Don't look at
So
me.
this is a mixture, which is basically tomatoes, carrots, garlic, and zucchini. We're going to add salt and pepper. We don't need a lot.
I'm so sorry, Chad, for the chanclas. Spidey chanclas. Cameraman, please.
Okay.
Not the butcher. Oh my God, cameraman.
Okay. Wanda, I'm going to need to use this thing.
Wanda? They calling me?
I presume this can handle heat.
Yes, it
Okay.
can handle heat.
So we're going to add a part of the I would say about 1/3 of the tarragon.
Okay.
It will be mixed in. As I said, you could have added the sprigs because they will anyway be filtered out, but it just doesn't add any value. So let's get something so I don't burn my hands.
Wanda?
Yes.
Wanda? Oh, I prefer Wanda, of course.
Go Wanda.
Can you take the wooden spoon and get from here into there? Oh, there was one here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Careful,
The,
chef.
the thing with cast
Okay,
iron
no
pots,
chaos
they are really
chanclas,
fantastic.
guys.
I only use those.
I just don't want to get the
They're frigging heavy.
Spidey feet dirty.
I'm doing good.
Yeah,
I don't see the whole thing.
I'm dying here, but
Okay, I got it.
who cares? Yeah, okay, well, no, we have more. One of the things of cooking is that you really don't want to waste stuff.
We got
Okay,
it.
we got it? Good. Then this has to be, you can let it sit for a while, it's not a problem. But we will completely blend this until a pulp,
Yes.
but it doesn't have to be right now. This needs to be washed.
Okay. I can do that, chef.
Yeah, okay. Remember, while you are cooking, you need to keep your stuff clean
Want?
all the time.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, so let's start
want you to ruin
working
your
on
makeup
the shrimp. Where's my wine?
Chef.
Okay, the shrimp. Here we are. Okay. Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful,
The fact that they don't pay me is almost compensated by the fact that I get Brunello.
Brunello.
Let's show the
Okay.
shrimp. Show the shrimp.
Let's start with the shrimp. Sienna, which pot would you use for the shrimp?
Okay.
Too late, I already decided. This one. This one. This needs to be dried. The pot is wet. The reason you don't want a wet pan, especially with olive oil, is because it goes very much, because the oil doesn't evaporate before the water is already boiling, and you get a mess. You don't want that. So it needs to be dried. Are you drying it?
You want me to dry with this? Or
Well, you can
save
dry it afterwards, but it doesn't really work.
it? Okay.
Chef, what about this?
Hold on.
I wasn't sure.
Hold on.
Yo, hi,
Okay.
Julie.
What?
Back to the
That goes back because that we will continue the tomato soup in there.
How you doing,
once
Julie?
once we have how do you call that? The thing where you make it into a pulp. That process, I forget what it's called. Okay, so we need to make a decision here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want paprika in with the shrimp or do you not?
I do.
You do.
What do you prefer? Does it taste
That
better?
is a very good question. So we don't.
No, we don't.
Why are you asking that?
No, we don't.
I thought it was a good question to ask, and we had it here.
What's up?
Okay, so we are going
What's
to
up,
need
Carl? How's your day been?
Sienna,
Yeah.
butter. Okay. So butter.
That's a trick question.
There are a few. Yeah, you can put it in there.
Chef, they may have some questions in the chat.
Okay, go ahead.
Chef, do you
Okay,
have
I'll wait for the questions.
So you ask them because you have the mic. There is some questions?
No, not yet.
I asked the questions.
There's no questions.
Okay, no, just no questions.
No questions.
Okay. Well, yes.
Okay. Any?
Cheers, Chef. Thank you. Chef.
Cheers, Wanda.
Yeah, Wanda.
Thank you.
Your hair is different,
So just to melt, or
but then again, so is mine.
Yeah, this is portable.
Sienna, are you working on the?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Always go complete. Okay. What is that
that's the
red stuff?
Hi. Oh, from the
Yeah, don't do that.
How do you make sure you're making a good risotto?
The risotto, yes.
so he wants it
The
super
question-
high.
The question is, how do you make sure you are
Yeah.
making a good risotto?
Or should we can get a new one?
What a strange question. I mean, does
This
anybody
one's-
start this by thinking he's going to make a bad risotto?
Just mix it
Of
around.
course, we think we're going to make a good risotto. The big thing with the risotto is making sure that you always have just enough liquid to continue to cook the rice, but don't overburden it. Although there are schools of thought that say just dump the whole block of rice in there, fill it with whatever liquid you're using to cook and let it go. I disagree with that. I go with the method where you add a little bit, a little bit. The biggest thing you need to do with any dish is taste. So many of us just cook put it on the table and hope it's fine. No, bloody hell, you halfway, you taste. You take a wooden spoon, those are the best because they cool down very fast. Take a wooden spoon, let it rest for 10 seconds, and take a bite. The issue with risotto usually is not flavor, but uncookedness. I don't know if that's the correct term. You haven't cooked it enough. Just yesterday, I made a risotto with shrimp and sausage. It's like a risotto valenciano, you could call it, because it looks like a paella, but obviously it's not. And in the end, I realized, I tasted it, and I thought, okay, it needs a few minutes more. Well, actually, it needed 5 minutes more. So when we served it, the taste was great, but it was still a little bit too chewy. So that is the most important thing. You have a risk if you want to play it safe, which is you go too far, and then you get a mushy mess. Well, I mean, practice, try. I'll give you an example of why trying is important. In my life, I've made 7 times octopus. You know, a very beautiful dish.
Chef.
I have failed 7 times. I have not been able. I've followed every recipe there is. I've tried my own. Always, it is chewy. And everybody says, oh, it's very easy to stop it being chewy. Well, apparently it's not easy. So maybe if we do this ever again, I'll try to make octopus, and I'll be proud to fail in front of all of you. But you need to try. You need to try. And it has to do with not putting too much liquid, but absolutely make sure your risotto doesn't burn. The rice, if you don't put enough liquid or don't put it fast enough, it will burn to the bottom of the pan. Remember, we have very heavy pans that get very hot all over. So you don't want to have that. So you continue to, that is why you continue to stir. So make sure all the rice is in contact with the bottom, where the heat comes from, and is in contact with the water.
Yeah, the butter.
The sous chef need you there. What do we do?
Well, they could call. You start with the garlic. Come on, you know this.
Okay.
Like high? Because it goes from low to high here.
Take this, start with the garlic. Let the garlic brown a little bit.
How hot do you want the stove to be?
Oh, it can be hot.
It's on medium right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Start making sure you have your heat-resistant gloves, because you're going to do the flambeing.
Yeah. Heat resistant.
Yeah, okay.
Gloves. There is no
Fine.
heat resistant gloves.
I think you use too much butter. Is it because I told you to use more butter?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my fault then. There's too much butter.
No,
As
it's a torch combo. It's a torch
Manolo
combo.
in Faulty Tower says, there is too much butter on those trays. And that's John Cleese says that. There's too much butter on those trays. And Manolo says, no, uno, dos, tres. Not on those trays. Okay, anyway, there's too much butter in here. It's fine, there's nothing we can do about it. Yeah, the garlic is going well. The pepper now. You have your gloves?
There's no heat resistant.
There is
glove.
here. Well, I mean,
okay.
just gloves.
Okay.
Okay.
Like this? No, this is not.
How is the soup doing? Yeah, beautiful. Okay.
Talking about this?
Yeah, if you can use those, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. This goes back on here. Okay, next dish is the ginger. So the order of things is important because they have different cooking times and they have different water content.
I'm sorry.
As you can see, those that know ginger, it is already a little bit oxidized. The team cut it earlier this morning. Normally you would have to do it right in advance, but we wanted to save the time.
Andy's asking, ¿cuál es tu comida favorita o también qué comida te gusta más cocinar? Which is your favorite food and which one did you like better?
Okay, my favorite food to eat,
Just put the one down.
probably sushi, but I don't make sushi. My wife makes excellent sushi. I don't do it. I also love the salmon with coconut and almonds we're going to do later on. My favorite dish to cook, well, there's several pastas. I love making a risotto, but it gets my arm very tired. And my favorite dish to cook really is a dish called bœuf bourguignon, which is a French meat dish. It's a stew. Takes about 6 hours, so it's not really suitable for a 2-hour stream. But it is a wonderful dish. It is beautiful in flavor, in texture. You can combine it with boiled potatoes. You can combine it with rice. You can add any vegetable you want. It's just a beautiful dish. And I also nowadays have started cooking more and more what is called pescado a la sal, fish in salt. That's not an easy dish to make because you need to basically build a crust around the fish, fill the fish with herbs and spices. Sienna? Yeah, okay. Let this go for a minute at very low heat so the water boils off. You need to build a crust around the fish, and then the fish goes in the oven. You can put it on the grill, you can put it in a green egg with the lid closed, etc. And the flavor of the fish is just fantastic.
Which fish is the best for that salt bake?
I like huachinango, which is red snapper. That's a very nice one. It's usually a bit expensive, so you may want to tone it down. Don't take cheap fish, or don't take a tilapia, something like that. Sea bass, if you can afford it, that's even more expensive. It's absolutely fantastic. You want a whole fish. You want the head, the body. You want it cleaned, and you want the tail. The reason you want the head is because you check the freshness of fish with the eye. The eye has to still be clear. If the fish is ready, so if you have done it, you put the salt. You don't put salt on the head. You anyway are not going to eat it. Once the eye turns white, you know the fish is ready. So, but I'd say huachinango or a robalo or stuff like that. Most fish, if you can get them whole, work. You need to keep in mind that you lose a lot of the fish. You lose a lot of the weight of the fish. So for 2 people, you would need a 2-pound fish, and you're left with about 1 pound of fish that you can eat. With regards to fish, any fish you prepare, any fish you serve, do not use a knife. Always spoons. Knives cut through the bone, and the bone will get in your throat, and you'll die, and you don't want to die.
Nobody died here. Okay?
Nobody dies here. Okay, good. Okay, let's go. We go with the shrimp? Okay, let's go.
It's time.
Loving the soup.
The shrimp. We add the shrimp. What? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, start stirring. Stir with both. Okay.
Put it in.
Yeah. Yeah, mix it. Okay. Okay. Tilt it.
Tilt it. Oh.
Just let it go.
That was good.
So the flambeing, ow, I burnt my hand even though I had a glove. Keep stirring. More alcohol will come out. Don't get it on your suit.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. 2 minutes more and it's done. And I see that while I was talking, we overcooked the mix of, my cameraman was booming.
White cognac.
It gives a bit more flavor, but what you need is any alcohol that has at least, any alcohol drink that has at least 40% or 80 proof. Otherwise, it won't do anything. So don't use wine, don't use what is called the Campari or stuff like that. It needs to have 80 proof.
Flavor.
And the easiest one is vodka because it has no flavor.
Okay.
And yeah, we're done. Okay, we're done.
Yum.
The easiest one is vodka, no flavor. Some people want to use tequila or mezcal. I'm not a fan. It gives a bit of a smoky thing to it. Cognac gives a beautiful flavor to it. But apparently I drank all the cognac yesterday. There was only a little bit left, so we added vodka. But it has to be at least 40% alcohol. Otherwise it won't burn. You need to not be afraid of the flames. Okay. If the flames get too high, Says, oh my God. All you need to do is put a lid on it. Done. Do not ever throw water at it. Don't throw a blanket or whatever. Just put the lid on, you're done. Okay?
You got that one, Chuck? Okay.
Good. This is ready to be served.
Good.
Yum. You wanna eat the dog, Chuck?
And then we go work on the risotto and the
Modelo.
salmon, and we're going to finish the soup. Okay?
They calling you
Yeah, they love Uncle Ben.
Grumpy Chef.
Uncle Ben, Uncle Bean.
Yeah, Uncle
Okay?
Bean.
So again, talking about knives, don't skimp on knives. Get yourself one good one at least if you're budget restricted. Get yourself something like this. This is called a chef's knife, typically 9-10 inches long. Round blade, which you use to do this for cutting. That's why it's like that. This is more of a carving knife. I don't use it a lot. This, of course, a paring knife, which is beautiful for small things. But if you get only one good knife, make sure it's this one. Extremely versatile. Yeah, you may. Extremely versatile. Wow, who put cork in my glass? Yes. Now what? Okay. So, okay, we are almost halfway. First dish is done for eating. Typically, the kitchen staff eats either well before or well after the guests. In this case, we are mixing it. I will say for the audience, I spent too much time talking, so the garlic, pepper, and ginger is slightly overcooked, which is why the dish lacks color. The camera woman says that she warned me all the time, but my ego was in the way. So sorry about that. So make sure as soon as the garlic browns, you add the pepper. The pepper, you cut it as small as you can, really, really small, so it goes very fast. Then you add the ginger. The ginger doesn't need a lot of time. Also cut it in small strips, so it goes fast. Right then, 2 minutes later, add the shrimp. As soon as the shrimp start coloring, it goes from gray to pink. Add the mixture of cognac, vodka alone, whatever is the alcohol you want, 40% at least. Flambe, 2 minutes more, done. I spent more time because I was busy. Okay. We're going to work on the risotto.
Yeah, risotto.
Why did I get so little of the spices?
There's more here.
Why did I get so little of the spices?
I'm sorry.
It's what it's all about. But you can see it.
Which ones
it
are
lost some color. You can still see the red of the Fresno peppers, but that's about it. But it's the flavors that do it. Taste is still great.
So good, so good. Thank you, Chef.
Yep.
Try one.
Okay. Okay. Let's continue.
Okay, Chef. Yes, Chef.
That's good. It's really good.
Okay.
Should Chico get one? No?
Okay. We are now going to toast the almonds.
What up, CJ?
Was this used and cleaned, or just because? Are you sure? It looks a bit dirty. So we're going to toast the almonds. So no butter at all, no oil, nothing. Just straight in the pan, and you just let it go. Try to cover the whole bottom, so you don't have almonds over each other. It is high. It is on high. Just let it go for a while. Then we start stirring it a bit, and we're done. And then it can cool down again because it will heat up again in the aluminum foil. Okay, we are going to, meanwhile, do this. Clear this out. I don't know how this works. It's fine. It's fine.
I didn't want him to miss out, Cora. You don't think I should?
So you can
No, I didn't give him anything.
either slice the almonds yourself. No need, just buy sliced almonds. We could only buy them in the bag, so I have about 5 times more than I need. Somebody will eat them. But in many stores, you can buy almonds by the ounce, by the gram, whatever. Just buy a little bit. You don't need a lot. It has very intense flavor, especially after toasting.
Chef.
Yes.
One of the viewers, Andy, wants to know how long you've been cooking. How long you've been cooking?
How long I have been cooking?
Huh.
Well, when I was 3.
And how did you learn? Oh, man.
No, I've been cooking probably since my student days, which was 50 years ago. But I really improved in the sense that I now make dishes that don't disgust myself since maybe 25 years.
Yeah, I didn't give Chico anything, guys.
Okay. Look at this. Question number 6 or 7. How long have you been cooking, and how did you learn how to cook? You seem like an amazing chef, and you seem to know what you're doing. Gordon Ramsay taking on his boots right now.
That's very kind. It's not true. I have failed more dishes than I have succeeded. The best way to learn to cook is to make sure you eat it yourself. So do not ever cook just for others. Certainly do not experiment in front of others. So don't make a dish you've never made for guests at your table. Make sure you have cooked it for yourself and you know where you go wrong, because you will go wrong. I've gone wrong many, many times. I've burned stuff. I've undercooked stuff, which is absolutely horrible if you do it with fish, for example. Undercooked eggs, most people hate those. I've overcooked steak, which is, you might as well sell a shoe and put it on the table. So I've made many mistakes.
Who is that?
The biggest thing is not to make mistakes. The biggest thing is to figure out what was the mistake and learn from them. And then next time, improve.
From Ratatouille?
It seems like I know what I'm doing, but I have been thinking about this. I've been thinking about this. I have instructed them what were the ingredients that we needed, roughly the quantities. I typically don't use measuring cups or weights or scales. I do that with liquids, but not with solid ingredients. I go by hand, but with time, I mean, each of these dishes I've made at least 5 times. So I know what I'm doing by experience, not because I'm a genius or I'm some super guy. Absolutely not. You have to realize any dish, all of the 4 dishes I'm making here, any one of you can make it. How do I know that? Because I can make it.
If he can make it, only he can make it.
It's not difficult. What is important is that you follow the process. Keep in mind, ingredients, temperature, and time are what determines cooking. And then you have this whole thing of salt and oil and acidity, etc. That's all highbrow. But make sure you have the right ingredients. So don't skimp. If let's say if you see basil that looks beautiful and it's $4, and you see other basil that's a little bit wilted, but there's only 2, get the $4 one. Especially if you have guests. Especially you have guests that you want to impress. Get the better stuff. But you don't need to get the most expensive stuff. There's no need for that.
Okay, chat is asking, Grumpy Chef or Opal Ben.
Yes. Where's my wine?
Is the husband of my husband's sister.
What?
He is the husband of my husband's sister. Did I say it right?
He is the husband of my husband's sister?
No, your brother-in-law. My brother-in-law.
Yeah, but don't hold it against her.
In Spanish, con cuño.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't understand me. Thank you, Chef. It's my family, but they're not nice. With me.
Which, by the way, is why they don't pay me. But
no, he's freelance.
Yes. Okay, Sienna and Spidey, start making a basket of aluminium foil.
Okay.
Sienna knows what to do.
Okay. You can teach me, Sienna.
Okay, so we're going to work now on the salmon. because the salmon has to be in the oven for about 20-22 minutes. So we need to put the oven. Wanda, the oven needs to be at 375.
How to make a basket?
I wouldn't put it higher because there is a risk of burning before cooking. So the difficulty with 5 Fahrenheit, which is about 180, 185 Celsius, is a good temperature at which the food has time enough in the oven to cook without burning.
It shouldn't be bad.
What happened?
Con la llamada de Valeria se cortó. ¿Ya estás? Are you live? ¿No? Tell Valeria not to call. Dice una llamada. ¿Tú lo pusiste en tu notes?
I did put do not disturb.
¿Ya está back?
Here it says.
I think we're.
Are you back live? Yes.
Yeah, but
Okay, I'm sorry. We were interrupted by a probably totally unimportant call. What? Yes. It was my niece. Yeah. Okay, but still totally unimportant because we were doing something else. Okay, so we are working on the salmon, which is a really easy dish. Take salmon. Make sure the skin is on. Take the amount you need for the amount of people. I would say typically you take 5 ounces per person. We took a little bit less here because it's just for demonstration. See, the skin is still on. Very important that you keep it on.
Yeah, you can take it off.
This is a beautiful piece. Salmon should not cost you more than $12 per pound or so. This is about a pound and 3 ounces. And we're going to, you saw we made, we tried, I would say, to make a basket. Sienna, salt, pepper, and the coconut milk, please. Okay? And then we are going to close it. We add a little bit of olive oil. Olive oil is always good for cooking. It's not very good for sauteing because it burns too fast, but it's great for this. Yes. Okay, where's my wine? Okay. That's more than enough. Yes. Very good. Yeah, you need to distribute the salt a bit of pepper. You could add dillweed. It's sometimes called. I don't like it. It's very nice with fish, but it doesn't combine very well with the almonds. So I keep this dish very, very simple. Again, it's very important that the skin stays on. Yep. Okay, so this is coconut milk. You can use coconut cream. Do not use coconut butter because that is something that you actually use for the shower, I believe. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, then the almonds go on top. Careful because the pan will be hot. Toasted almonds.
There's no way you just.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all of them. All of them. So spread them out a little bit, okay? Very good. Then we close this. This goes here, we need to wash it. We close this.
It's okay, Chico's fine.
Okay. I need, where's Wanda?
Outside.
Okay. So there's 2 ways. You can also do this directly on the grill, but then you would need to marinate it in the coconut milk before. But you can do it in the grill. If you do it on the grill, first do the naked side, so the non-skin side down, just for a few minutes, so it gets a bit of a a bit of a crust. Then turn it around. with the skin down and let it cook further. And this, it's okay if the skin burns. So you can do it, for example, you can do it in a pan like this. You can do it on a griddle. You can do it on the grill itself. But start with the naked side down and then turn it around. And once the skin is burnt, you're usually done. A lot of people like their salmon to be fully cooked, which means pink. I prefer it to be still a little bit orange. And as you know, you can eat salmon even raw, which is what we call sushi or sashimi or things like that. So don't worry about it. It's not that it's unhealthy if it's not sufficiently cooked. It's a matter of taste and flavor. The difficulty if you do it on the grill is, of course, all the coconut milk will fall off. So you need to marinate it first, typically 3/4 of an hour, 1 hour in coconut milk. Put it on the grill, turn it around, and then add when it's laying on the skin, then add the toasted almonds. They need to be toasted, and that is because it enhances the flavor.
Salmon, right?
Do not forget salt and pepper. My camera woman wants wine. Okay, Wanda, how do I turn on your micro thing? What's it called? That thing.
My what?
That thing.
The Thermomix?
The Thermomix. Is it done?
Yeah.
Will nothing leak out of it?
Nope, I put the bullet.
Okay, good. Then we are done with this. Good. Here you are. Okay. It needs to grind, crush. How do you call that? Blend.
Blend.
So it will be noisy. So we need to stay away from that. Sienna, we can start with the risotto. Is this? Yeah, this is cold. Okay.
That's good.
We use the Thermomix, but I mean, you don't need to. It's nice to have a Thermomix. My wife loves it. I have never ever used it. I prefer a standard blender, a Moulinex or one of those. But it needs to be able to blend very fine, because the less you mix and blend and crush, the more residuals you will have. And in the residuals is where a lot of the flavor is. So I blend as fine as possible, and then I strain it through a colander, a very fine mesh colander.
Better, right?
It's getting there, it's getting there. Do a minute more at this speed. Why do I say that? I really don't know. But you have to... oh, look at that.
We got the mask on.
So what is important in a machine like this, any blender, and I know you'll think it's a joke, make sure you put a lid on it. The times that somebody in my company forgot to put a lid on it, or put it loosely, it flew off, and you had tomato juice all over the walls, countless. So be precise. Okay, this goes back in the pot where we did it, where we cooked in the first place. And try to get everything in there, which means you take that thing, or whatever that's called. The spatula, yes. Okay, you know where it is.
Close that one?
Yes. Okay. Spatula. Yes. Because once again, do not waste food. It's a shame to waste food. So if you can use it, even if you don't use it in the same dish, if you can use it for something else, as we did with the tarragon, we said, look, if you were to grill something, you can put tarragon on the grill. Is it going well? Beautiful. Okay, so now you see it is orangey, and that is simply the effect of the carrots. It doesn't have a big effect on the taste, but it has an effect on the color. So we're going to bring this back to a boil, and then we're going to finish it. Remember, we are not making enough soup for 5 people. We are just making it to show how it's done. Typically, if you look at soup, let me show you a bowl that you could use. Well, this is a bit too big. Hold on, let me find a bowl. Yeah. This is very nice. This is a very nice sized bowl for soup, unless you want the soup to be the meal. But if that's the case, you don't want just tomato soup. You want some protein in there. You could turn it into a bisque. So you add seafood, you add seafood liquids, stew, etc. But if it's just tomato soup, it is an appetizer. It is beautiful. It opens all your palate. Just a little bit is fine. You don't need a lot. You can use a tomato soup as a gazpacho, which means it's cold. I prefer this one to be warm. And once this is boiling again, and you'll see it very easily, of course, it's done. There's nothing more that needs to be done to it. Then we're going to finish it. We're going to finish it with avocado, slice of avocado, a little bit of heavy whipping cream, tarragon and basil, a mixture of tarragon and basil, cut very, very fine. Sienna will do that. She doesn't know it yet, but I'm telling her now. And that's going to be sprinkled on there, and it's just going to, you're going to cut the tarragon and the basil together to have a very fine mixture. It just brings a beautiful flavor to the soup. And remember, the soup already has a bit of tarragon in it, which it does. And you'll see that if you were to serve this for your guests, the tarragon makes it just wow. Don't worry about it. Soup is already cooking. I need a wooden spoon, a clean one. Yeah, okay. I prefer flat, but this is fine.
Are tied for.
And if you look here, you can see it's not thin. It's a beautifully smooth blend. You know what we forgot? We forgot to put it through the strainer. Yeah, so are we going to do that? No, but it's better if you do. So you take a strainer like this. Yes, thank you. Like this, a very fine mesh one.
Chico, come here.
It's also sometimes called a sieve. The soup goes through here, and
thank you so much, Hellboy.
But this is fine. This is fine. The flavors don't change, but there might be some harder bits in here, and they'll just have to suck it up. We forgot. Why did we forget? Probably because it's my second glass of wine.
Guys, by the way, you can't see the sub goal,
which I'm now
we're doing
finishing.
A gem stream sub
okay,
goal.
Sienna, are you working on? Get the dog out of here. Please cut the basil. Here's Claudia. Here's the basil and tarragon. Sienna's going to cut that fine. We take off the stems. We don't need the stems, although they don't really harm. And she's going to cut them with the chef's knife, as I mentioned, because it does this very nicely. Sienna is very good at cutting stuff. She really is. So she handles the chef's knife. I won't say better than me, but certainly as good as me. So I'm perfectly happy with having her. Mm-hmm. I need to leave? Okay, yeah. Good. Get the stem out. So we're going to do that. We're going to add this to the soup. Remember, these are the tomato juices that we separated. They have already been filtered. They have already been filtered. And they will be mixed in. There is no need to cook these together with the rest. Remember, these come from a can of already peeled and cooked tomatoes, so they're all done. We can just add them at the end. We can add them in the blender. We can add them after the blender. It doesn't really matter. I added them now. And And why did I add them now? Because I forgot to add them before. So, beautiful. I need this to be cleaned up. Okay, how's the oven? Yeah. Okay, so the salmon is going to go in the oven. Tina, you need to start working on the risotto. Okay.
Chico asada.
I just put the salmon in the oven. Very simple. The way it was done, which is with the skin down and the naked side up. Please set a timer of 22 minutes.
Alexa, set up 22 minutes alarm.
Okay.
22-minute alarm set for 1:46 p.m.
And we are going to work on the risotto. Meanwhile, I'm changing the pot
What are
of
you
the
showing?
tomato soup to a smaller burner because I only want to keep it warm until we are ready to finish it.
What are you showing? Yeah.
For the risotto, we are taking this size pot.
I have to wear
So you can see
chanclas or
what
it's
I
like
would
you're
call a
gonna get dirty.
medium-sized pot. Do I have any serious people left here?
Yeah.
Okay. A medium-sized pot because we're not going to make a lot. It's important that if you make risotto for a lot of people that you try to have a bigger pot. You don't want it to be high. You want it to be wide. Can you please get the dog out of here?
Yeah.
Okay, this needs to be mixed, Sienna. This needs to be mixed.
Yeah.
Okay. I need olive oil. Here. Okay. Okay. So I'm putting olive oil in here for the... Go away! I'm putting olive oil in here to start with the risotto. And remember, we start with garlic. Why? I don't know. But it's great. So don't ask. I'm sure somebody will ask. Garlic is great with almost anything. I wouldn't put it in desserts, but even some desserts go better with garlic. But garlic is just always great. Now, there is always a battle between garlic and onions. If you use garlic, use 0 or few onions. Don't make a big mix of garlic and onions. They are basically the same family. They compete. Onions have a lot more water. Onions make you cry. Garlic doesn't make you cry. Garlic usually makes you happy. So we are going to make a risotto with mushrooms. If you can afford it, if you can find it, it is fantastic to finish that with truffles. Black shaved truffles. You have summer truffles, winter truffles, autumn truffles, spring truffles. You have truffles coming out of your ears, but they're not always easy to find in the United States. They're very easy to find in Europe and probably in Asia. Put them at the end. Don't put truffles while you are working. So certainly don't put them at the same time as the mushrooms, or in this case, the portabella, because they'll lose all their flavor. You want to put them at the end. And in fact, what a lot of restaurants do, the same what they do with flambeing at the table, etc., is to impress you. They come with the truffles shaven and they go there and they hope you don't see how little they gave you. But the flavor is fantastic. So we are going to start with garlic, as I said. And then once the garlic is in and we start with the risotto, the battle begins, the stirring. So while I do that, I'm going to ask the team to finish the tomato soup and to make sure that the salmon is perfectly on time, which means about 22 minutes. It will be beautiful. Now, if you do the salmon in the oven, you don't need to turn it. The oven has a uniform temperature. If you do it on the grill, remember, or on in a pan, first down, naked side down, just a few minutes so it roasts, and then turn it around and let it cook until the skin burns. Skin will be very easy to take off. Okay, but we are now focusing on the risotto.
Do you need this?
Nope. Where is my bench cutter? Here. Why is this all still here? My staff is wonderful, but, and you know what's coming, they're not very good at cleaning up. It is very important while you are cooking that you clean up what you have used. Hygiene, cleanliness in the kitchen is one of the absolute critical aspects of cooking. Food poisoning, it has never happened to me. Well, it has. I ate bad oysters once. But food poisoning doesn't happen, but if you don't clean your kitchen, it shows that you don't pay attention. So clean everything in between. The pots, the pans, the knives, especially because you are cutting meat, fish, vegetables, herbs, grapes, etc., etc. Make sure you clean the knives in between. In my kitchen, I actually have several cutting boards. I have a cutting board just for fish, a cutting board just for meat, a cutting board just for vegetables, and a cutting board for everything else. Why? Number one, I have the space to put them. Number two, it makes life a lot easier if you have separate cutting boards. The difficulty, especially after 2 glasses of wine, is what was the cutting board for fish and what was the cutting board for vegetables. So I cannot guarantee that when you get to my house, you might get fish from a vegetable cutting board. Okay?
Chad was saying there's always a butt with chef.
There's always what?
A butt. Butt this, butt that. Butt.
Ah, really? Well, I mean, I'm quite proud of my butt.
No,
Let's,
not that butt.
not that butt. Okay, open this. Okay, we start. So, I couldn't find a larger measuring cup. This is 1 cup. And we put it in, and immediately Sienna is going to add 1/3 cup more. No, rice. I need more rice.
Oh.
So you see how the garlic is coloring nicely.
We didn't need that many.
Okay.
That's important. And this is going to be okay. Immediately start stirring.
Okay.
Yeah, go. Yeah, perfect. And you see how it immediately absorbs everything. Go.
How much?
Did you? Yeah, go. Okay, stop. Did you shake it?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. My hands are now getting very hot. Not because of the flames of the stove. Next.
More?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Not because of the flames, but because of the steam coming off the risotto. Now, I could show you what happens if you stop stirring, but it would kind of destroy the lunch for my guests. But you see, you see the little chunks of garlic, and you see that they have colored. If we were to put the rice and the chicken stock first, you can also use, as I said, vegetable stock. Don't use beef stock; it's too intense. The garlic would have just been cooked. Next. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Stop.
That was a soft spider, like the pool. She did a pool right there.
Okay, somebody start grating the cheese, please.
Okay.
How much do you need? Enough.
Okay.
Is that enough? Is that a good instruction? Enough?
Perfect.
Okay, I need somebody to work on the soup meanwhile. Okay. You see how fast this goes. Next. For somebody with 8 arms, you're pretty slow. Yeah, stop. I just need enough. I don't need, remember, if you put too much, you cool everything down. We don't want that. We just want enough to keep the rice moist. Now I have too much. Now I'm going to wait until that evaporates. Two things are happening here. The rice is absorbing, the rice grains are absorbing the liquid, and some of the liquid evaporates. What you want is to only have enough liquid for the rice to absorb it. You don't want the liquid to disappear because it's evaporating. Look here. This is boiling, which means it's evaporating. Some people will call that a waste. I'm not going to do that. But I normally would. Okay, how's it going with the mixture of the tarragon and basil? You can start slicing the avocado.
Rice.
Remember, the basil and the tarragon need to be mixed, cut very small. Yeah, has it been cut very small? Because I see big chunks. Yeah, I'm working. I'm walking here. Oh no, I'm working here. Anybody remember that movie? I'm walking here. Bonus points. Hey, I'm walking here. Can I have the camera here? You see all the small holes? That is steam coming out. You see all of that? Yep. Steam coming out. So we are still okay because there's still obviously enough liquid. But very soon, Spidey will have to be here to add more liquid. You also see, I hope, that the grain is growing. And maybe you see that my arm is getting tired.
Wanda's strong.
Typically, when I do risotto, I keep the flame high because you want it to go at an intense speed. But sometimes I get tired. So you could measure viscosity of this whole, I'm a mathematician, you could measure viscosity of this whole mix and you'd see that viscosity goes up. Next! Yep. Is anybody measuring the time for the
25 minutes? Alexa?
The 22 minutes, you mean?
Alexa?
I hope you didn't put 35.
No, I did not. So how is my timer?
There are no timers set. Going off in 9 minutes.
Okay, that's the one. 9 minutes. That's good. The beauty of salmon in this way is it is difficult to go wrong. I mean, you need to really screw up for this not to be a nice dish. So I'm not very worried about it. Where's my wine?
Here.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Next. Yep. So you keep stirring. Why? Because you want to avoid it sticking to the bottom. And you want to make sure that all of the rice is in touch with the hot surface, which is the bottom, but not for so long that it burns. Yeah, I know. I know that's on, but it's on very low. This is just to keep it warm for it to be finished. Okay. Where are we on finishing of the soup? The soup can be done now.
Okay.
What we can do, we put this away. We move this to the front. Take gloves, move this to the front because it's ready. And you can finish, and we will talk about finishing it. No, the rice is not ready.
I know.
But you see how the grains are growing?
Thank you, Awesome Zombie.
Yeah, they're growing.
These are growing grains. So this is what it looks like. I could I could take a bite now, but I know it's still very hard. But I'll still take a bite, just to
Be
demonstrate.
careful.
Yeah, just totally hard. Which I knew what happened. Next. More. Yeah.
So, let's.
No.
What is next?
Yeah, okay. Stir it one last time and serve. Okay. So, as you see, they have 6 burners on the stove. That's fantastic. Most stoves have 4. With 4, you can do all these dishes, especially if you have an oven, of course. 6 is always nicer, but it makes the whole thing a lot more expensive. So I would be fine with 4. At my house, I have 6, but that's just because I was lucky. 4 is fine. What is important is that you have at least one burner,
Oh, I got you. Cool.
which can really deliver heat. The problem with some, let's say, cheaper stoves is that all of the burners are like, meh, and that's not good. For this, you need a lot of heat. For a grilled dish, if you want to grill it on your stove, so on the griddle, you need high heat. A lot of dishes are fine with a medium burner, but a risotto needs a big burner, and that's what we're using here. Next. How are we on volume? What is left?
Just
Very little.
Very little.
Okay, finish it. Open the next. Yeah. Okay.
There's the other one. Is there another one?
So okay, this needs to be finished now.
All right here.
The finishing needs to be done really fast, otherwise the soup gets cold. So you take the mixture with your fingers, you add it to the next. Then you add a slice of avocado. Why is the avocado not sliced, even though I suggested as much 10 minutes ago? Yep. A slice of avocado and a dollop being a splash of whipping cream.
Great. Yeah, chef.
Yep. Did you shake?
Oh.
Did you shake it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yep. Ay. I feel like Bernstein conductor Mahler's Third Symphony. Anybody know Mahler's Third Symphony? That's quite the piece.
Someone
1
in the
hour,
chat,
40
maybe.
minutes.
Someone in the chat, maybe.
1 hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people in the chat checked if they could do 1 minute with their arms up high. This is going very well. Nope. Salt. Sienna, salt, pepper.
What is this? Salt?
That's salt. That
Pepper.
looks like
I
pepper.
think it's pepper.
More.
Yeah.
Yep. Pepper.
Right.
How's it going with the soup?
Yeah, this is a lot of for you.
Let's check the soup.
Soup is served.
Soup is served. Avocado, dollop of whipping cream,
Yep.
and the mixture of basil and tarragon. Okay, enjoy.
Thank you, chef.
Okay, go. Yeah, if somebody could bring me something, that would be great.
Okay.
but I cannot abandon the risotto. Next. Next.
I got it.
Yep. You see how the texture is changing of the risotto, eh?
More fluffy.
Yeah. Yeah, because the rice grains are absorbing the liquid. And you want them to absorb the liquid rather than the liquid evaporating.
Mm.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. And so if you make this at home, you will immediately taste the tarragon, how it impacts the flavor of the tomato soup. It's still tomato soup, but it is so much better. Well, while I was eating, I lowered the flames because I couldn't stir. Next. You don't have to close it every time, eh?
Okay.
Yep. See, I'm already feeling that it is sticking to the bottom. Who did this? You did this. Okay. So here is the grated Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
The moment we add that is when I really start suffering, because that's when it gets very, very heavy. So I do it in chunks. Also, the cheese melts and the flavor comes up, and it's just beautiful. Yes. Hold on. Nope. By hand. Next.
Yeah.
Next.
Ma'am.
We're almost done, eh?
Yep.
Okay, yep. Oh. Okay, that's the salmon.
Yeah, someone.
Yes. Okay, this should now be good. Nope.
Alexa?
No, still a few minutes more.
I was eating my tomato soup.
In time.
And it could use a bit more salt. Salt!
Alexa?
Now, keep in mind that the cheese also adds salt. All older cheeses, including Parmigiano, add salt. So you don't want to exaggerate. But not putting salt in a dish is like not putting gasoline in your car. I mean, the whole thing doesn't move. You see now how it is very thick. That is the cheese. That is not how the rice has moved, but that is the cheese.
What?
You cannot really go wrong with the cheese. I mean, don't exaggerate. Don't put a pound of cheese, but it will be fine. Okay. Now, remember we had the mushrooms, the portobello, all the way in the beginning. We add them now. So we add them after they have already been sautéed, so we avoid the liquids that come from the mushrooms. But now, of course, we need to heat them up again. Next. See the, yeah. Okay. You see that the rice is starting to stick to the bottom. Yeah, stop. I'm going to say,
I aged by 2 years.
I'm gonna stop right here. Look at it, Claudia.
All right, Cora.
So this is what we have. Mushrooms are in there. We put a bit of salt and pepper. We put the Parmigiano. It has garlic. It has the risotto rice, and it has chicken broth. I use about one of these packages, which is near 1 liter, a quarter of a gallon. Yeah, okay. Per cup of risotto, but you need to play with it a little bit. It has to do with the strength of your burner as well. If your burner is really hot, if you put it too high, it goes fast, so you start burning faster and you start evaporating faster than you're actually cooking. But this should be fine. You see, it's still loose from the bottom. But it will, if I would continue, as you can see, the stove is off, but if I would continue to have the stove on or the burner on, it would absolutely burn to the bottom.
People are saying that you're about to pass out. You're breathing.
Yeah. They say that you're breathing heavy.
How should I say this? Don't worry about me. Okay. The risotto is done. The salmon is done.
Nice.
So we can eat.
Yeah.
No. No, it's okay.
Any comments?
It's good.
The reason you hear me breathing heavily is probably because my microphone is right next to my heart,
Yeah.
which is also where my cooking love is.
Oh.
So don't worry about it. I'm fine. The only thing that sometimes hurt me, and this is a serious issue, when you're cooking, when you're in the kitchen, you're almost all the time standing. Make sure you're wearing good shoes. And it sounds ridiculous that I say that, but well, these are good shoes, but they're not very nice shoes. Make sure that you're wearing good shoes because you're standing all the time. And you don't want to have at the end of your work day cooking a pain in your back, because you want to be there to enjoy, and you want to be there to be with your guests, assuming you have guests. We are done cooking. We are now going to serve.
Yeah, we can
I'm a little bit disappointed in how this avocado was cut. Okay, let's take the salmon out, Sienna. I need a cutting board. Yo. Ow.
Yeah, Papa B.
So. Aluminum foil is not hot. What is hot is the steam that will come off this. But the aluminum foil itself is not hot. Just be careful if you touch this. What you are touching is really the heat coming from the fish. You can see here. Here we have it. So the salmon is. Remember, we take a spoon. Sienna, spoon. Those that have olarized chats, they can smell this. It is really beautiful. Look, it is still a little bit orange, which is exactly the way I like it. But you do it with a spoon.
Beautiful. Do you have an 800 shoes? Shoes from the 800s.
What is that?
I said they say that your shoes are from the 800s.
From the 1800s.
1800s, sorry.
No, my shoes are actually Italian.
Oh.
I was told they were handmade,
Oh.
but they were a little bit too cheap to be really handmade. But I chose to believe the guy that sold them to me. But I did buy them in Italy.
Back to the salmon.
Yes. So the salmon is done like this. So we're going to serve it.
Oh, but this is not dry.
It's not dry.
Super moist.
Yes, of course it is, because it has been covered the whole time. A risk of having something open is that it gets dry. The salmon is done. The risotto is done. We are ready. Now, remember, we decided not to make a vegetable because who likes broccoli? If we would have made a vegetable, we would have made a mixture of bell peppers, some zucchini maybe, onion, there would be onion, maybe some roasted tomatoes, and some garlic, remember, always garlic. Saute that, cut it in small cubes this size, so it doesn't cook too fast, but it does get sauteed, and serve that. That's what we would have done. Remember also, the tomato soup has zucchini in it. Tomatoes officially are a fruit, but it has zucchini, so you can say you had vegetables. Okay, I'm going to take off my my apron.
We're gonna do the salmon.
Salmon, coconut, and almond.
No, you don't provar without it being served. Okay, are you done, Sienna? What do you think? Yes.
And then we
Now, in the case of salmon, it's not a big deal, but you have to make it a habit. You cut fish with a spoon, simply because you do not want any bones.
tasting.
What is this?
The risotto, let's put the risotto on here.
Can I have the rest of the plates?
Can you what? Yes. Okay, I'm still, I realize I'm still breathing heavily, but
No, you're good. That's,
tell your audience not to worry. I do that always.
that's ASMR.
Thank you, Chef.
Okay.
They said that there's about
You see how easy it gets off the skin, eh?
And the risotto.
The risotto is in the green pan.
one of the viewers.
But you see how easy it gets off the skin.
One of the viewers said that he thinks that he's not gonna get PTSD from the stream.
I can't help it. Oh my God. Delicious.
So again, these are 4 dishes. They are easy. None of them are difficult. You need to follow a few clear steps, but they're easy. How do I know that? Because I can make them. You left some skin on there.
You know, I just wanted to see
Yes.
how moist is that. Right, and now the risotto.
So the thing about risotto, and I say risotto because it sounds so much better than risotto. The thing about risotto is you have to prepare it right before serving. You cannot keep risotto. It becomes very sticky. It becomes unpleasant. The flavor doesn't really change, but the texture changes a lot. So risotto you make right before serving. So the whole lunch was designed to be ready for the risotto. That's very important when you cook for a group, for friends, etc., that you count backwards. When do I want the main course, in this case the risotto, to come out? What does it mean for the other courses? And that determines of each of the dishes when you need to start with it. And I believe we succeeded today. So.
Okay, it's fine. Taste it.
Mm?
Risotto you eat with a spoon and a fork.
Okay. I don't have a fork.
And salmon, again, fish, no knife. Don't use a knife. There are special fish knives, and I could absolutely recommend those. They look a little bit like butter knives, but there's not really reason. Yeah, I never go with just one utensil, you know that.
Yeah, but your hand is busy.
Yes. Now, I would normally not drink red wine with salmon, but
Okay.
I'll make an exception.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
We know what
What do I think?
Yeah, you have to taste
You mean as the one that made it? Well, let's see. It could have had a minute more, but it is fine. There is a bigger risk of overcooking rice when you make risotto than undercooking. I would be perfectly fine with this. Now let me try the salmon. Oh, salmon is perfect. However, I might add a little bit of salt. I chose not to, but we could have added, well, Sienna added some salt. We could have added a little bit more, but salt is always to taste. It's not a problem if you, what do you call it, if you add salt later.
Spectacular. Thank you, chef.
So don't be bothered by people wanting to add salt to their dish. It's much easier to add salt than to remove it, as you know. But please do not accept that people add salt without even having tasted what they're going to eat.
Sure.
That is disrespectful. So taste it and then you say, I could use a little bit of salt. Why? Because I like salt, because I want more intense flavors. Salt typically makes the flavors more intense. But other than that, let them put salt. But the salmon, perfect.
Spectacular.
So Arturo, I want to know, he's got in seconds. I don't know, from 1 to 10.
I mean, risotto's my favorite dish from Uncle Ben.
So it's a 10.
Mm.
It's delicious. Chef.
And
Are there more questions?
yeah, they're asking why my wife has to cook for her. No, sorry, no, wait a second.
Why my wife has to
No,
cook?
no, no,
Well,
no, no, no. I'm just reading all over. I'm just trying to find the question. So what do you say to people that just commented, "Ooh, I hate fish"?
Very delicious.
well,
Nothing.
people that hate fish, well, I'm sorry for you.
It's okay.
Nothing else. I mean, I cannot make you like something. I love fish. I also love meat. I love chicken, lamb, almost anything. But if you don't like fish, well, that's too bad. If you want to try fish, this way of preparing is quite nice because it adds so many different flavors to the fish that it might be a solution if you have to eat fish because you're in a group of fish eaters, of pescatarians. But if you don't like fish, nothing I'm going to do to change your mind. But I love fish. It is usually considered very, very healthy. I think it is healthy. It is very versatile. You can do many, many different things with it. Maybe if we do this another time, we will work on the pescado a la sal, so this fish in salt crust. Also, not difficult. There's a difference between a lot of work and difficult. Fish in salt crust is a lot of work, but it's not difficult. You just need to follow instructions. You need to be clear. You need to be following the timeline and the quantities. You need to add water. You need to buy a lot of salt. Coarse salt is the best. Add water to it, but don't add too much water because it will leak out. You think all the salt will absorb the water. It does not. But we'll get into that if ever Spidey invites me again. Mm-hmm. What happened to my spoon? Oh, here.
So, Spidey, you want to say something?
So, chat, I want to say that we are blessed to have a family here. Okay. So, I hope you can do the same with your families because it's about creating memories and spending the important days together. Today is my niece's birthday, and we're so blessed to have all of them here. So,
Good point.
this is for Daddy.
That's Papa Bean.
Papa Bean still not disclose his face. So I want to say thank you to my I want to say thank you to my brother-in-law
Where's my wine?
for an amazing time. And I hope you can repeat those dishes at home. No, eat like that. So, do you guys have any questions?
This is a Brunello by Ranieri. I don't know how I deserve this. Ranieri is one of the most beautiful houses in Tuscany. Brunello di Montalcino is my absolute favorite red wine.
Are there any white wines that you recommend, Chef?
Oh, absolutely. I will always drink a Chablis, which is a French Chardonnay. Any Burgundy, Bourgogne, as they say in France, Chardonnay is fine. I have really come to like a Spanish white called Albarino. So the Añe, the Mexican Añe, Albarino. You also have it in Portugal, where it's called also Albarino, but it's spelled Nho at the end. I really like that. I like Viognier wines. I like New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs. There's many of those. They'd be kind of a bit too expensive, like $15 to $20. What I love and my wife loves is a Frank Family Chardonnay. Frank Family is California. It's a house built by somebody called Frank. Last name, he was in movies or something, made a lot of money and decided to make wine, and he did very well. And that's a beautiful wine. But in whites, I have to say I prefer Europeans over Americans. In reds, my most favorite red really is this one, Brunello. I like Barolos. Sadly, those wines are quite expensive usually, so I can have one once a year or maybe a little bit more frequent. Simple reds, I'd say always go for Pinot Noirs. Pinot Noirs are relatively light wines. They're easy on the palate. They combine well with fish and with meats, not heavy meats. Don't use them for lamb and sheep and things like that. But I'd say, getting back, my favorite white would be a Chablis, which is a French Chardonnay. I hope this helps.
Okay. So let's say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Oh, and to be clear,
Sienna.
I did not get this from eating hummus and tofu.
So
What?
we're going to say goodbye.
No, but I need to talk to them separately, but after.
Okay. What are you doing?
Okay.
Can I say goodbye?
Well, they can say.
Yeah, say goodbye.
Okay. Well,
Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to Uncle Grumpy,
Ben?
Uncle Ben, or Grumpy Chef.
Drunkle. I'm a drunkle now.
Drunkle.
That's the drunkle.
No, but for this amazing time visiting us and sharing with you his knowledge on cooking, and it was fun. It's always a pleasure. That's what we do when we get together. We cook, and here's always the next, and we have fun doing it. So who's Spidey here?
Spidey is the boss.
Yeah, I hope y'all enjoy the cooking stream. I definitely learned a lot. I want to make a risotto by myself one day. Let me see. I'll be live later tonight, back with the more rivals, and I think that's it. I hope y'all enjoy the stream.
They're saying that Uncle tells Spidey to shave. What is that?
Yes.
Who said that?
I agree.
Did Mom say that? Yeah. I'll shave in 2 days. I'm just going out for a week because I know Cute Mom hates it, so it's okay.
Okay.
I will say I was honored to be invited to be with this fantastic group today. Thank you all for your questions. None of them were weird, and that's always good. I've been in groups where the questions were weird, and next time
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
give some
everyone-
examples. They tried to fit me in a Batman suit, but unfortunately, they don't have my size. So we decided to go with this. It's a bit more flexible. But all of my body and soul is driven by the love of food and the love of cooking food. So thank you very much.
Bye.
Oh, thank you guys. Hold on, let me get the camera for a bit.
Good job.
Ay, qué rico todo. Oh my god.
So this was good.
Come on, guys.
Wow, no mames, esto está delicioso.
I just want to say I will
I don't know, he's talking to the
I will see you guys tomorrow. No, not a house tour yet. Y'all this is the front porch.
streaming
But I will
y
see you
todo,
guys
bla, bla.
tomorrow.
Oye, qué rico quedó.
No,
Hey,
we
house tour
won't hear
soon.
because then we get the
But I'm
interface.
gonna end the stream. I'll see you guys tonight, hopefully. Alright? Y'all be safe. Oops.
Me encantó, el risotto te quedó muy
God bless you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, goodbye.